Uh, Good morning, guys. And in the last program, we we could not finish the simple cubic lattice. And as already you have told me that a simple cubic lattice is the result of the stacking of 2D layers all in contact along their convex tips, kept one above the other. It's a very loose kind of packing, and that is called a loose packed lattice. And the unit cell is called a simple cubic unit cell. And we already learned that the coordination number is 6, left, right, up, down, front, back, and also knew the number of spheres in one unit cell. If you calculate 8 into 1 by 8 is equal to 1. And we also know that the A's length A is equal to 2R. Now I ask you to pick up your pen and start writing. We'll now write a new thing that is called the packing fraction. For every type of lattice, we have to find out the packing fraction. What is its definition? Packing fraction is the volume of spheres or atoms. In this case, let me not write atoms because in a subsequent program, we will be dealing with ions. Spheres in one unit cell divided by the volume of the entire unit cell, the cubic unit cell. In fact, packing fraction will tell you the fraction of the entire space of the unit cell, and hence the entire lattice is occupied. How much space is occupied by spheres? Obviously, if you subtract from 1, you get how much fraction of space is empty. Or if it is in terms of 100 percentage, you just multiply by 100, that fraction will become percent. So if you subtract from 100, then you know how much fraction, how much percentage of space is empty in a simple cubic lattice, or the other two lattices that we are going to study one after the other. Now let's see what happens here. Obviously, volume of spheres in a simple cubic lattice, there is only one sphere. That you know, 8 into 1 by 8 is equal to 1. That means volume of one sphere, one atom, divided by a cube, because it is a cube. Because it is a cube, the unit cell is a cube, and therefore we take the A's length, a cube, and that, volume of one sphere is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by A is equal to 2r. You know the relationship between A and 2r. A's length is equal to 2r whole cube. So r cube get cancelled. You are left with only constant. So its value will be 0.52. Let us not, I will show you a lot of pictures today. Don't worry. You just wait for some time. We will see a lot of pictures. And I was trying to know, it will be 0.52. Yes, it is 0.52. So this will be only 0.52. So 52% is occupied, whether it is one unit cell or the entire. Let me switch off my video. If required, I will come back to video form. So let me honor the feedback given by majority. So since I am being completely losing myself while I'm teaching you. So my gestures are becoming unacceptable. That's the reason why I would like to also stop my video. 52%, but make sure that if anything is going wrong, you are not able to hear me, you raise your hand, then I will sort out. And nothing can come in between our understanding. Let the recording be cancelled, but not at the cost of the understanding of all of you. 52% is occupied by atoms or spheres, and rest means it is 48% free, empty. Such is the horrible loose packed structure. In fact, no metal other than polonium. Will I go to the other page? Undoubtedly, I will be looking to the hands of the two guys, one from the girls fraternity, I'm sorry, girls division, and the other from the boys division. Whether you are there, Mr. Sambit, are you here? Or you are missing? Sambit Sahu. Yes. Now, example is only polonium. Only radioactive metal which crystallizes in the worst kind of structure, and that is what we say simple cubic lattice. Polonium is the only example, because only 52% is occupied and the remaining 48% is empty, because so much of space is in between when you stack them using their convex tips. Now let us come to another point, B. Make B is all over. Simple cubic lattice is all over. This is for the sake of learning, because everything will start from simple cubic, although no other metal than polonium crystallizes in simple cubic lattice. But the study of simple cubic lattice will make further study easier. Now then we have less close packed. Less close packed. It's not close packed, but it's not loose packed. Less close packed lattice. And that is BCC lattice. And you already know what is the full form of BCC. Body centered cubic. Just write a few lines before we draw the point structure, and then we will draw the filling diagram as much required for our geometry purpose, because we have to avoid to become an artist. Now write down first, when one sphere is introduced within each simple cubic unit cell in a simple cubic lattice, in a simple cubic lattice, when one sphere is introduced within each simple cubic unit cell in a simple cubic lattice. Will I go to the next page? When one sphere is introduced within each simple cubic unit cell in simple cubic lattice to occupy at the center, it forms BCC lattice. the spheres at the corners no longer remain in contact along edges. The spheres at the corners no longer remain in contact along the edges. Now let us draw. This is the point model. I will explain and then show you the animation picture, and I will send you the PPT at the right time when we maybe we finish half of, because it is a long huge topic needing maybe 5 to 7 classes, I guess, because we are going to be I'm wanting to make it a huge one with a lot of things which are not in your course. And if we draw the point model just to locate where are the centers of the spheres, these are the positions of the centers, and one will be at the body center. This one you already have drawn. This is BCC. That means if you imagine, all of you imagine that you are having a simple cubic lattice. Are you imagining? Are you? You are having a very, very worst kind of simple cubic lattice, right? You have developed it by using the convex tips. Then what you do, you take many other spheres of similar size, same size, then introduce one sphere inside each cube. You introduce one sphere inside every unit cell, simple cubic unit cell, to occupy at the center. So when it enters to the center, the same size kind of sphere, then what happens? This unit cell, the erstwhile simple cubic unit cell, expands because another body of the same size is intervened to occupy at the center. Therefore, the cell expands, and the spheres sitting at the corners, they do not remain in contact along the edges, which was the case in simple cubic lattice. So what will happen? The one which is at the center, let me draw the space filling model in a partial way, because I cannot do it the complete way. It's not possible for my part to draw this space filling model, but I can show the picture later. But I can. So this corner I am using. Supposing this is a sphere, this is the opposite corner, and the one sitting at the center, Sajan Singh is. Don't worry, and the one which is sitting at the center of the same size. See, my diagram became defective. The size became little less, but we are dealing with, supposing, metallic crystals. First, we are thinking about metallic crystal where the motifs are one and the same. Everywhere the motif is the same atom, so the size is same. We are not dealing with the ionic lattice where the cations are smaller in size and ions are bigger in size. That situation will come. That's more interesting than metallic lattice. In metallic lattice, all the sizes are identical. And what happens? Who can tell me? Because you are quite familiar with the solid state geometry. If I draw a line, I'm sorry, my favorite is this one. If I draw a diagonal, that is a body diagonal from this corner to its opposite corner. I am not showing this one. There are 8 sitting at the 8 corners, and the one at the middle I have shown. But The corners only I have picked up 2. The other 6 I haven't. If I do so, it will look so clumsy that you will just fly away from me. So you imagine all are close packed. There it was previously a simple cubic lattice, but in every unit cell, one sphere has been intruded, and has occupied at the center. Now let us talk to geometry. Supposing this is A of the cube, this is called the edge length. A is the edge length as usual. And if R is the radius of one sphere, then how the edge length is related to the radius? What is the geometry? Now Swam is raising his hand. No. Vishal, the Allen boy. And I would like to select Vishal. I selected you, picked you, but you didn't promptly unmute yourself. Sanjana, yes. Sanjana, I have unmuted you.
Sir,
Yes.
A is equal to 3R.
What?
A is equal to 3R.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You are not correct. Then I would like to ask Pratyasa, you unmute yourself. Pratyasa. Every time you are raising your hand but not unmuting. That is Isa, you were missing in the examination. I didn't find you. Okay, we'll talk. Isa, tell me what is the, yes.
A is equals to 4R.
A is equal to 4R. I'm sorry, you are wrong. Anybody else excluding Vishal? Vishal, you are, I'd like to pick up Anjani Kumar. Anjani Kumar.
Sir, 2R.
Oh, I'm so sorry. How A is related to R? It's not that simple. It requires solid state geometry. Now listen to me. You mute yourself and listen to me. So this is in one corner and this is in the opposite corner. This is body diagonal, right? This is body diagonal. So if this is A, this is also A. And this phase diagonal is root 2A. Root 2A. And what is the body diagonal? Root 2A square into again plus A square that is the square root of that. So this is root 3A. So the body diagonal, from your common knowledge of solid state geometry, it is root 3A of a cube because this is root 2A. This is the phase diagonal. And if you again use the Pythagoras theorem, the root 2A square plus A square and the square root of the sum, that will be root 3A. And root 3A will carry 4R because one radius will be away outside, one radius will be outside. So this one is completely 2R will be completely embedded, buried inside the cube, and therefore our relationship is, this root 3A. Just go to the next slide. You draw the diagram. I will go to the next slide. You raise you make your hands down. Why are you raising your hand? Wanting to tell that you would have given this answer. Okay, I understand. Some of you might have given the answer, including Vishal Dalai. So no worries. So if you have understood, it's well and good. So the body diagonal from one corner to the opposite corner, that is called the body diagonal, which is root 3A, that contains 1R, 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 1R. This is a totally 2R, entire diameter, and this is 1R, this is 1R. So we come to this thing. So root 3A, this is the body diagonal, is equal to 4R. So obviously A is equal to 4R by root 3. So this is the relationship you have to remember. You need not have to remember A is equal to 4R by root 3. Simply remember the body diagonal root 3A is equal to 4R. That will be good enough to find R from A or A from R. Right? So this should be your, you have to remember that. And can I ask you the coordination number? Who can tell me that in such a lattice, I showed you that any single sphere is in direct contact with how many other spheres? Just like in a simple cubic lattice, which is the worst kind of lattice, has 6 left, right, up, down, front, below. Similarly, what will be the coordination number in a BCC lattice, which is called a less close packed? Why we say less close packed, you will be knowing very, very soon. Wait a minute. Now I'll ask, yes, Miss Ankita Patnaik. Yes? Ankita?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, 4.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm afraid it's wrong. Khan Saab?
Sir, 8.
Precisely, it is 8. Khan Saab is correct. Now, just listen to me very carefully. The one which is sitting at the body center, is in contact with all the 8 spheres sitting at the 8 corners. Just imagine you have introduced that sphere to the center to the extent that it is in contact with all the other 8 sitting at the 8 corners. So the coordination number is 8. Write down 8. The sphere sitting at the body center is in contact with 8 other spheres sitting at 8 corners. So hence the coordination number is 8. Let us then find out. I would like to ask a question like this. Now, after this, we will enter into close pact. This situation will be more and more exciting as you enter into close pact. It will demand a lot of your thinking skills, which I'm sure you have. If you fail, I will just give you some tips. You will understand 101%. Then tell me, after this, I would like to ask the number of spheres or atoms. In metallic lattice, we call atoms present in one BCC unit cell. Supposing you just cut a slice of one BCC unit cell, bring to your home, and then calculate what will be the net number of spheres that the unit cell is carrying. Maybe in a alienated manner, not in a conjoint manner together, but they may be spread into different different places, but altogether counted to how many spheres. Sonalisa, the new incumbent. Yes, Sonalisa.
So, 2 atoms are there.
What is the breakup?
So,
What is the breakup? How you say it is 2?
so because at the corners there are 8 corners, so if one corner is having 1 by 8.
Yes,
there are
precisely. Okay, you have nicely answered. So the breakup is 8 into 1 by 8. That is for every kind of cubic lattice.
And
Plus,
then yes,
plus 1, the one which is sitting at the body center is the exclusive property. Of that unit cell. Nothing is exposed outside. It is completely hidden inside. So the total share will be 2. And the breakup is 8 into 1 by 8 for the 8 sphere sitting at the corners, and per unit cell the share is 1/8, and there are 8 such corners. So the total is 1, just like simple cubic, but the additional one which is sitting at the center, which is in contact with all the 8, will be total is equal to 2. Remember this. So when you find packing fraction, PF, it is the volume of 2 spheres, because 1 unit cell contains 2 spheres, divided by the volume of unit cell, the whole unit cell. That's the cube. That means it will be 2 into 4/3 pi r cube divided by a cube. And what is a? We have already established the relationship to convert into the r form as a function of r. We already know. I would like to remind you that this relationship is already there. A is equal to 4r by √3. √3a is equal to 4r, or a is equal to 4r by √3. So if we substitute the value here, in place of a, it is 4r by √3 whole cube, then r cube will cancel out, and the ultimate result will be 0.68. Now see, what a remarkable difference between the simple cubic unit cell, which was only 52% occupied, and BCC, which is 68%. A quantum jump in the level of occupancy. The occupancy level has risen from 52 to 68. So that's the reason why it is called less close packed, because now we shall learn that in close packed it is still greater. So it is less close packed, and 68% space occupied, remaining 32% empty. Remaining 32% of the BCC lattice is empty. And now I would like to show you the, now see, have a look, all of you. What kind of lattice is this? Can you tell me? Just look and just imagine what kind of lattice is this. It is simple cubic lattice. All are being created by using their convex tips, not using the grooves, the depressions, the cavities. They are not at all being used. One is kept above the other using their convex tips. Such layers are identical layers, and we call them A. And later on you will find that it will be AB or ABC. A pattern will come where the second layer will not exactly correspond to the first layer. It will be placed in a different position because we'll be using the cavities now. So this is all about the simple cubic, which we already know. This is the simple cubic unit cell that also you studied that. And we took one phase and to study the geometry, 2r is equal to a, and we have done all the calculation. This is the one which we did. This is one space filling model 1. When it is a share, this particular sphere is shared by 8 unit cell. I have shown only 1 unit cell, but this will be introduced into 8 unit cell that you know. But for geometry, you have just isolated one phase and done all the geometry, and we have found out. But one thing I will give you, do you have any space left in simple cubic lattice? You just write one more thing there. Simple cubic. The number of second neighbors is 12, and the second neighbor distance is √2a. You have to tell me next time, where are the second neighbors? The first neighbors is the coordination number, which is 6 in case of simple cubic. But the second neighbors, that means next to neighbor, there are 12. And you have to point out, I will show you the lattice. You have to point out where are the locations of the second neighbors, and the distance between two second neighbors, adjacent second neighbors, is root 2a. That you have to prove. And one more thing we didn't write, to find the density of such a worst kind of a thing is just to replace the numerator by mass. In packing fraction, it was volume of one sphere, but here that will be mass of one atom by volume of the unit cell. That will give you the density of the unit cell, and the density of the unit cell is same as the density of the entire crystal, because the crystal is just a repetition of the unit cell. When the unit cell is translated in all directions, that gives rise to the crystal lattice. So whatever will be the density of a single unit cell, same will be the density will be of the entire crystal, because the crystal is a repetition of identical unit cell, and the surrounding of every sphere is identical everywhere. Coordination number is same everywhere, right? So this thing, have you copied? I doubt whether you had left a bit of space. Must be annoyed with me, but I am not to be blamed. I told you, when you start a new point, you have to keep some space reserved. You know your teacher well, so intermittently I will ask you to introduce something. So somehow you have to create space there. The number of second neighbors is 12, and the distance between the two second neighbors is root 2a. But if I ask you what is the distance between two neighbors, who can tell me what is the distance between two neighbors? Raise your hand. Chinmay, you raise your hand down. Shraddha, I'm muting your video because this is on record. So I am also not coming to picture unless otherwise required. Well, Vishal, you are not at all unmuting yourself. Yes, Vishal? Yes.
Sir, 2a.
I'm sorry. What is the distance between two neighbors? I'm sorry, you were wrong. Subham? Subham?
Sir, R.
R is the radius of a sphere. I'm asking what is the distance between two neighbors which are in contact, You know, Ardasa Swami. Acha, Miss Mishra, are you here? Miss Mishra, raise your hand. Miss Mishra. Yes. You know, Swayam, what is the distance? Precisely A. You know, I'm really astonished. I'm really astonished. So when I've told you that the spheres are in contact along the edges. So if this is A, A's length is A, is it not the distance between the two direct neighbors which are in contact? Distance means from center to center. So A is the distance between two neighbors which are in contact, but the second neighbors are not in contact. They are just little apart from the direct neighbors, so that those are called second neighbors. So you have to identify where are those locations. Forget about it now. This is a home task. Now let us look to a body-centered cubic. See, already we have done the coordination number is 8. The atoms or the spheres are in contact along the body diagonal. Now see this picture we have already done. This, you know, when one sphere intrudes into the middle of a simple cubic lattice, it does not remain simple cubic. It is no longer called simple cubic. It becomes BCC, and it's transformed into a less close packed lattice. The adjective close packed is now being coined into such a lattice, although being generated from a simple cubic lattice, but it is no longer a loose packed lattice. Simple cubic is a loose packed lattice, but this is a less close packed lattice where we had found out the occupancy percentage is 68%. This diagram we had drawn, this one we have drawn. This is root 3a is equal to 4r, r, 2r, r. So 4r is equal to root 3a. We have done it. We have, this is a point model. This is a point model. This is a field space filling diagram. And we have already found out this. BCC is 68%. And you write down this. I would take a little pause. You write down density is equal to mass of 2 atoms. The only difference will be in the numerator, instead of volume, you have mass. That was volume of 2 spheres. Here mass of 2 spheres by volume of the unit cell. You can write spheres in place of atom. Or since we are learning now the metallic crystal, we can write atoms, no harm. And we have T. Do you, now you have already done. No problem. Take your time. That's a little bit. Have you written that? After you have written, please raise your hand so that will go to the next step. Now you have to, again, this is a home task. Number of second numbers and the distance between second numbers respectively are 6 and S. I'm sorry, it is A. Earlier in previous years, I was giving the symbol S for edge length. But nowadays, I am giving A because in most of the texts, A is used for the edge length. So it is A and 6. We have to, you have to show me. And so many, all alkali metals, remember, this is for your test, JEE level test, all alkali metals, they crystallize by BCC lattice, all. In addition to that, many transition metals like iron, vanadium, chromium, molybdenum, tungsten, they also crystallize in BCC lattice. Number of second neighbors and distance is equal to 6 and A. This is again a home task. You have to identify. I will show you the gigantic space filling lattice. Then you have to, I will be giving you the scope to annotate. With your pen, you will annotate where are the locations of the second neighbors. And if you just think for a moment at home, draw the filling diagram, you will be immediately knowing that. Okay. Now let us enter into my board. This is all over. We go to the next step, that is close packed structure. We completed, leave little bit of space, again, I may add something in BCC. We have completed simple cubic, which is the worst kind of lattice, and the BCC, which is generated from simple cubic, but it's not loose packed. It is less close packed. Because, so much of space was lying idle, empty in every simple cubic unit cell. Now it is occupied by a gigantic sphere of same dimension. So a lot of space is being consumed and the net space left out is only 32%. In close packed, I have already told you the hexagonal packing. We'll be doing the diagram in 2D. First, let us draw a 2D layer first. That was square packing. The result of square packing was the simple cubic. But now the packing will be done by using the cavities, the grooves, the depressions. Now I'll be second one, I'll be using this. Oof. It is no, it's not looking like a spear, you know, it's looking like a potato, like a potato. So I'm so sorry. My drawings are so very unimpressive. Using all the depressions. Now you find how much of space is left out, very limited. There, you know, you are drawing like this, using their convex tip, so much of empty space for every, backing. But here, you don't draw this. Here, the space left out is small. But since our presumption is the molecules, the atoms, the ions are spherical entities, there must be some space. Have they been a cubical species? If the atom would have been a cube, then there would have been no space left. It would have been all close packed, and the packing fraction would have been 100%. Because they are spheres, they have to leave some space, even if they are close packed. Now see, this class I won't be fast, because the concept will be here. I'm just not doing all like this. This is one layer. This is called hexagonal close packing. Why it is called hexagonal? Because if you say demarcate this one, this is a sphere of our interest, and that is surrounded by 6 other spheres forming a hexagon. If you join the centers of the spheres, which are in direct contact with a particular sphere in our study, you will find, thank you so much. Then you will find that this is a hexagon. That is why it is called a hexagonal packing in 2D. Supposing this layer is called layer A. But in simple cubic, all layers, they were corresponding with each other. One is exactly above the other. So the layers are called A. But here it's not the case. The second layer will not be same, will not be corresponding, because it is not to be kept on the convex tip. Rather, it will be kept on the groove, on the depression, on the cavity formed by 3 close packed spheres. Now see, if these are the 3 close packed spheres forming an equilateral triangle, say for example, these are the 3 close packed spheres forming an equilateral triangle, and you find a cavity, a groove, a depression in between these 3. So we'll be using this to mount another sphere to form the second layer, the top layer, the B layer. Definitely they are not corresponding with the first layer, so we call it a B layer. We will be placing another sphere here. Therefore, the second layer, and you just allow me to sip a hot cup of tea that my brother has given me. Now, very, very mindfully listen to me. In online coaching, the most important requirement is the student's focus. In a contact classroom program, a teacher is there to reprimand you, to bring you back to focus. He is the commander there. But here in online coaching, the instructor like me is not the commander. He will be only busy in communicating and trying to access the best of the best. But if some of you will remain little unfocused, distracted, then a concept like solid state will be missed out, right? So see, if this I have put another, they say the green one above this cavity, then another I can put it here, another I can put it here. So a series, this in a linear manner, I can put other spheres to complete this line. And if I complete this line, I cannot use this because they are protruding out. This is protruding out, and I am using this, so that I cannot use this series of cavities. So if I use a particular series of cavities in one line, then the adjacent series of cavity I have to miss out, and then the alternate one I'll be using this one, right? I will be using this one. So that means I have left out this one, this one, this one, this one. I have to. So when I will develop the second layer, any line I choose, it's my prerogative. I complete that line, and I have to leave the next parallel series of cavities. I have to means I am no way out, because those are all almost partially filled, protruded by the sphere. So I have to select the next alternate series of lines. So remember, we are studying about closed packed lattice. The first one, every single layer, two-dimensional layer, is hexagonal closed packed. The layer that we are going to develop on the bottom layer, that also will be hexagonal closed packed, like the one which you have seen. But how we will be packing? What will be the pattern? There are two patterns of stacking. One is AB, AB, AB. I will tell you how you can generate that every third layer will be corresponding to the first layer. Every third layer will be corresponding to the first layer. I'll tell you how you achieve that. I will tell you. In pen and paper, by drawing, and then I will show you the animation picture. I mean the solid state picture, so that you can visualize more. Now remember, when you develop the second layer over the first layer, this is a hypothetical development of layers. We were actually not doing that, but for study purpose, let us have the first layer at the bottom. Supposing on your table, you have developed the first layer. Over. And when you are developing the second layer, to distinguish that, I used a green sphere. Then the cavity over which you are putting, you remember that cavity is called tetrahedral hole. You know the space that will be embedded in between the three spheres of the bottom layer, A layer, and the one which is occupying in the cavity. If you join their centers, The green one will be forming the second layer, the top layer. Now the top layer. And the red ones are the bottom layer. They belong to two different layers. Now, if you join their centers, it will be describing a tetrahedron. And a small little space that will be left out inside, that will be called tetrahedral hole or tetrahedral void. So I'll give you the notes, don't worry. In close packed lattice, there are two types of holes. One is called the tetrahedral hole and the other one is called the octahedral hole. Tetrahedral hole is formed when a sphere is kept on to a prospective student. At this moment, I can call over the tetrahedral hole, or a beginner, I will say, on the depression or the cavity or the groove created by three close packed spheres forming an equilateral triangle. Three close packed spheres forming an equilateral triangle in one layer, and above which, if another sphere is kept on the groove, the common groove of these three close packed spheres, then the small little space which will be beneath the top layer and above the bottom layer, there will be a very little space left out. That is called the tetrahedral hole. Why the name is tetrahedral? Because that hole is surrounded by tetrahedral, the spheres located at these tetrahedral corners. So because it is describing a tetrahedron, the spheres which are located tetrahedrally and the hole is inside that tetrahedral geometry, that is why the name of the hole is called the tetrahedral hole. Now, once you develop a layer, and another layer, this layer you have to use all tetrahedral holes. Now, this is a triangle and you are keeping this. And this is a triangle, you are keeping this. And this is a triangle, you are keeping this. All tetrahedral holes you have to use. But this is the B layer. We have already developed B layer, second layer, over the first layer, AB, which why the name B? Because they are not corresponding. In simple cubic, they are all one above the other, A. But here, they are not corresponding to each other. They are, shifted. They are in a different location. So it is called B layer. All, in developing the 2D, we are using the groove between two spheres, and developing the second layer, stacking one layer over the other, we are using the groove created by three spheres. Right? Now, when the third layer will be, created over the second layer, there are two possibilities. One possibility is the one which you left, which you are forced to left. This one, you are forced to left this one, because these were so protruded that the adjacent series of holes, depressions, were to be left out. Now, this hole is called an octahedral hole. The space beneath. Now, how to describe an octahedral hole? When three close packed spheres of one layer, over which another three close packed spheres are kept, but the two triangles, they face in opposite direction. Now see this red triangle, the equilateral triangle, and see this triangle. The two triangles are facing in opposite direction, and the space within, that space within, it is called an octahedral hole. Why it is called an octahedral hole? Because that space is surrounded by six Don't confuse octahedral with 8. The geometry is octahedral, but the coordination number is 6. There are 8 faces, but the coordination number is 6. Now this space within will be surrounded by 8, I'm sorry, again I'm doing the mistake, 6 spheres. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. In 3 ways you can visualize. One, the green one and the red one. You imagine. And this one and which one? This one. You can form a slanting square. And above the square, this green is sitting above the square, and below the square, the red one is sitting. So you can join them to form a square pyramid above and a square pyramid below, and that is by a square bipyramid, which is called an octahedral geometry. So in 3 ways you can imagine. Supposing you take this as one side of the square, this too as one side of the square, this is the square, one is lying above, one is lying below. You can also take this as one side, this as one side, this is the square, and one is lying above, one is lying below. So in many ways, in 3 ways, you can visualize the geometry to be octahedral. Don't worry, we will be writing everything. Holes are very important for your examination. How to describe a hole doesn't matter if we run out of time, but once we understand the whole concept, that whole HOLE whole concept, then the whole concept will be very easy for us. That is WHOLE. Now what happened to 3 more guys? There were 66 guys were attending, but now it is reduced to 62. So what has happened? Doesn't matter. I'm keeping this in a recorded version. This is a classroom recording, so therefore it has to be of different nature than my studio recording. I am amidst all of you. All the 62 of you are with me together, and I am addressing you. Although I'm restricting my language to English because I definitely anticipate that sooner or later some others who are not conversant with Odia language or Indian language can take benefit of this program. That's the reason why I am using English. So now this hole is called the octahedral hole. Now when we develop the 3rd layer, it can be a repetition of A. That means the 3rd layer will be exactly corresponding to the 1st layer. That is called ABA. And it may not. It may not. It will be generating another layer which will be neither corresponding with A nor corresponding with B. It will be a C layer, completely different layer. Tell me, after developing the 2nd layer, there are 2 different kinds of holes. One is the common groove. Those were left, as I used to say, is the common hole of both layers. To understand it better, I call it, earlier when I was using the colloquial Odia language, I was telling something very peculiar. Now I have to do it in as much as possible in English. So when we use the common hole, the hole which we had left out, and now also this is a hole of the 2nd layer. The common hole, that internal space is called the octahedral hole. When another sphere of creating the 3rd layer will be kept over all such left out, common holes here, 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 then that will not correspond to any one of the 2. It will be C. But tell me which holes I will be using so that I will be exactly getting a replica of the 1st layer. Replica means corresponding to the 1st layer. Which holes I will be using? Which holes? Raise your hands, please. These were not used. I have not made the geometry look very clean. Those were not used. Those are left out. Now you tell me which other holes that I will be using, so that I will be developing exactly A layer. I mean, it will be called ABA, not C. Nobody is raising his hand or her hand. Swam. Yes, Swam.
Sir, hexagonal.
I'm afraid. Only there are two types of holes. In close packed lattice, there are two types of holes. One is tetrahedral, which I have already explained to you. And the other one is octahedral, which just now I explained. I'm sorry. Anybody else? Okay. See, I am just putting in a different color here. These are the octahedral holes. And now you see these ones. This I used to call as the exclusive hole of the second layer. The exclusive hole of the second layer. So when you put a sphere, say I will use another color here, will it not exactly corresponding to the bottom layer, the A layer? Because this hole is a tetrahedral hole. This hole is the center, is the groove created by only three packed in the second layer, forming an equilateral triangle. And the space, I mean, just the groove is called the tetrahedral hole. And above that, if I place, then it will exactly fall corresponding to the bottom layer. So that we call again A layer, right? This is the A layer. Again, I will put it another here. Where? Here, here, here. So these are tetrahedral holes. But if I put here, 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 then it will not correspond to the bottom layer. It will be generating a third layer. So in a very simple manner, if you place the spheres of the third layer in the exclusive holes of the second layer, where when you look, peep from the top, you will be looking the head of, you will looking at the sphere, A level layer sphere will be visible to you, not the ground. Supposing you have started from the table, but when you look from the top, you will be noticing the table, the ground, if it is a octahedral hole, right? That is the common hole of two adjacent layers. That two common holes, that is called the octahedral hole. And the exclusive hole, where you can notice the presence of the sphere of the first layer. Supposing we call that the first layer, second layer is already established. For the second layer, there is no octahedral hole. All the tetrahedral holes have to be created, because you have to put in the groove created by an equilateral triangle, and you have to leave the other series. So the question of tetrahedral and octahedral will arise when you develop the third layer and subsequent layers, of course. When you develop the third layer, when you use the tetrahedral holes, or for you the hole from which you can view the head of a sphere, that means the first layer is visible, then you put in those holes, you will generate the replica of the first layer. But if you use the common hole, where you can notice the bottom, the ground, the earth, the common hole, that is called the octahedral hole, then you generate a completely different layer, C layer, right? And when you develop the fourth layer, again you have to look, are you placing the fourth layer spheres on the exclusive hole of, supposing you have developed ABA, then in the third layer, which is designated as A, you develop the fourth layer. Will you call it again B or not? That is decided when you are using only the exclusive hole of the third layer, that is the tetrahedral hole. Then you are generating again a replica of B. B will come, you will see the heads of B. So A, B, A, third layer was A, again B. And when you use the exclusive holes of again the fourth layer B, you will be looking at the heads of A. Supposing you have different collars, just to distinguish between them. Your first layer is supposing red, the second layer is green. Then you will find the holes where red is visible. Those are the tetrahedral holes. You put red, it will be exactly corresponding to the first layer, ABA. Then again you see the holes where green is visible, right? Again it will be B. And again you see the fifth layer where red is visible. It will be again red. So AB, AB, AB will be generated, and that always we use the tetrahedral holes. No, right? But if you use the common hole, the octahedral hole every time, you are getting C, A, B, C. Then you look to the two successive layers, B and C. Where is the common hole between B and C? Forget about A. You cannot now see the ground or table. You have to see the common hole. That is the octahedral hole of C and B. And you place the fourth layer on that. You will be generating exactly replica of A. So this is A, B, C, A. Again look to A and C. If you are using again the octahedral hole, the common hole of A and C, you will be generating B. Again A, B, common hole, C. So such type of stacking of layers is called ABC, ABC, ABC type of stacking. But if you are using always the tetrahedral hole, A, B, then you are using the exclusive hole where you can see the heads of the first layer. You just put on the top there. That means you are using the tetrahedral holes. Then you'll be generating the replica of the first layer. Then again look to the head of B. B will be visible again on the tetrahedral holes, not the common holes. You will be generating another B. So AB, AB, AB will continue. That kind of, is called AB, AB, AB type of, stacking. So there are two types of stacking of close packed lattice. Both are close packed. Both you will find the packing fraction is same because you are using the groups of the equilateral triangle. So both the cases will have the same occupancy, but this pattern will be different. One of the stacking patterns will generate a unit cell, which is my favorite, and the other type of stacking pattern, which will be created by using the, I won't tell you. Tell me which kind of stacking pattern out of the two, AB, 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 and ABC, 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 which kind of stacking pattern will generate a lattice structure whose unit cell is my favorite? Can you guess? It becomes a little, I will give the notes in the next class, but I will show you in the coming 8 minutes that we have, we have 10 minutes, 12 minutes. I will show you more the pictures. Then I will give you the notes next time and we'll proceed in a rapid pace. Who can tell me? Who can tell me that what kind of stacking? Just guess. If your guess comes true, then you will get the credit. Miss Swai will guess. There are two types of, stacking. Yes.
Sir, is it AB type of
Precisely, AB type of stacking will generate a system, a structure that the unit cell is my favorite hexagonal unit cell. A is equal to B is not equal to C, alpha beta is equal to 90, and gamma is 120. But okay, tell me the other type, ABC type of stacking that will generate the unit cell. Who can tell me? Who can tell me other than Miss Swai will generate it's your favorite unit cell? Your favorite unit cell. You will find, because you know the unit cells are different, they are named differently. You know, this AB type of stacking is called hexagonal close pack, HCP lattice, because the unit cell is hexagonal unit cell, a primitive hexagonal. It doesn't have any subtype, so primitive word will be often coined because it doesn't have any subtype. Now, I have no subtype. I'm sorry, just kidding. So tell me, just guess, just like the guess of Miss Swai came true. Similarly, the ABC type of stacking will, this is AB and C. I will give you notes, don't worry. So Master Mitra, you tell, Master Mitra.
Sir, rhombic?
No, we are not interested in rhombic. Miss Natha. Miss Natha.
Sir, orthorhombic.
No. Sonalisa is Abhilas Nayak. Abhilas Nayak. Abhilas. Abhilas ko. Abhilas, tell me. Abhilas.
Yes, sir. Sir, is it triclinic?
No, no. I'm so afraid. Sonalisa, the new incumbent from our colony. Yes, Sonalisa.
Sir, is it tetragonal?
What?
Tetragonal.
No, not at all. I'm so Miss Kareem. Miss Kareem, yes.
Sir, cubic?
Cubic. What cubic? There are 3 types of cubics. Already we have completed simple cubic, the most worstest kind, and we have already completed BCC, the less closed pack. So what do you say? Which one?
Sir, BCC?
BCC we have already done. You foolish girl, it is FCC, which we have yet to study. That is face-centered cubic. So the unit cell of ABC pattern is face-centered cubic. Nobody could answer correctly. Instead, Kareem wanted to come close to the answer, but she also failed because simple cubic you have already done. Body-centered cubic we have already done. So there was no point. But this is close packed. This is not less close packed. This is close packed. It cannot be BCC. Miss Kareem, it cannot be BCC. It cannot be simple cubic. It is a face-centered cubic. Let us write down. Let us write down. Types of holes, or they are also called voids, also called interstices, in a close packed lattice. Don't worry. Everything will be clearer and clearer day by day. I mean, time by time, with passing time. As you see, I'm deliberately not showing you the pictures. Types of holes in a close packed lattice. Tetrahedral, and B is octahedral. These are the only 2 kinds of holes. Let us first draw a diagram, a befitting diagram. So let us use I told you to have different colors. These are the three forming an equilateral triangle. I will just give you the definition, don't worry. This layer is a layer, supposing one layer, and over which I will develop the second layer, and I will take only one to put it in the groove. Have you drawn this? Three close packed spheres forming an equilateral triangle in one layer. Have you drawn that? I have to identify only one tetrahedral hole, not draw so many spheres to have a confusing idea. Just one hole I will show you, where it is located, how we can describe it. Drawn? Miss Voda. I think many are missing out. There were 66, now it is 60. Why they are going? Might be, why they're coming. It is better not to join, If you can't take the benefit of this, the huge program that we are planning, then there is no point. Yes, then let me draw green, yes. Just put it above the groove, and let me also shade it. So the space within, inside, is called TD hole, tetrahedral hole. Tetrahedral, shortly we can call TD, tetrahedral hole. The space inside. You do remember in olden times, in villages, there were earthen huts where woods were used as fuels. So there are three mounds over which a container, a container carrying water is put, and we insert the wooden fuels in between the space. So that space where we use the wooden fuels is called the tetrahedral hole. There is a container carrying water. I mean, that is the sphere in the top layer, and the three mounds of the earth, that forms the three spheres of the bottom layer, and a container is sitting over the groove, the cavity, the depression. And there is definitely a small space where we insert wooden fuels. That space is called the tetrahedral hole. Let us write down. When three close packed spheres. Now, if you have other coachings, you can just disconnect at 8 o'clock, still 3 minutes to go. I will only dictate the octahedral hole up to that. Then I think I will be taking a leave tomorrow. I will suspend the class tomorrow, maybe, because I have some other thing to do. You have मुझे तो कोई I'm so sorry, this is recording. Three closed packed spheres, forming an equilateral triangle. In one layer, over which another sphere is sitting of another layer. Another sphere of another layer is sitting at the common groove. or depression, not the mental depression that all of us are in this unprecedented health calamity, the lockdown due to coronavirus spread, is sitting at the common groove or depression. So that, and I have to write a little more. And I have to write little more if you allow me. I will not spare you unless I dictate octahedral whole. You can leave, I don't mind. Because this is a recorded version, a live classroom recorded version. So that will be definitely coming in the YouTube. So I will change the name of that playlist. It will be a direct live online classroom session, so that one has to bear with the little aberrations that happen in a direct live program between the teacher and the students, where a student sometimes chat, raises humor, that happens. But so far I have not yet raised any humor, because I'm annoyed with, I'm sorry, you are annoyed with me, you do not like me because I conduct tests, because I don't have any other fault or any wrongdoing that I have done against you. I don't think so. The only wrongdoing that I have done, I remember, is to inflict a test in which most of you failed miserably. So this is being recorded. I'm so sorry. Then we go to the next. Oh, I'm so sorry. Ah, yes. The vacant space within. The vacant space within, that means where you put the wooden fuel to burn rice water. The vacant space within is called tetrahedral hole. Right? Then let us write octahedral hole. Then we will switch off. First, let us draw the diagram properly. This is one sphere of one layer, I mean one equilateral triangle of one layer, forming three close packed spheres. This is the A layer, forming an equilateral triangle. And I will make another equilateral triangle in opposite direction of the top layer. And its direction will be opposite. You know, this triangle direction is this, and the other triangle direction is this. Like this. So the space within is not visible because my drawing is not good. It's not visible, but I will try my best to make it visible to you. So this space, you find the common hole, as I used to call the common hole of the two layers. This is layer A. For example, this red one is layer A, and this is layer B. So supposing B is the top layer and A is the bottom layer, and the space within, you can visualize the octahedron in many ways. Now see, if you join these two form a square. One side is from the top layer, the other side in the bottom layer, and this is the square, and one is lying above in the top layer, the one is lying below in the bottom layer. So you can visualize an octahedron in this manner. You can also visualize in this manner, supposing these two, one from this, one from the other, and similarly one from this, one from the other, form a square, and one above, that is below the, I mean in the bottom layer, and one above. So you visualize in the second way. And the third way you can also visualize. Supposing these two from the top layer and the red one, the bottom layer, these are the two which are lying in horizontal manner. And one is above it. Which one is above? This one is above it, and this one, the red one, is below it. So this forms an octahedral geometry. And the inner space, exactly at the middle of that space is called the octahedral hole. That because the name of the hole is octahedral because it is surrounded by 6 spheres describing an octahedron. Let us write down 3. This is a horrible link. 3 close-packed spheres I'm not writing forming an equilateral triangle. Obviously, close-packed means equilateral triangle of one layer over which 3 close-packed spheres are placed in a manner that the spheres are placed in opposite direction. You can write down here in opposite direction. That means the 2 equilateral triangles lie in opposite directions. The 2 equilateral triangles lie in opposite directions. This is the common hole. In a very layman's point of view, I told you the common hole. That groove was not used. If that groove of the top of the bottom layer would have been used, then you are using a tetrahedral hole. Then you are creating a tetrahedral hole. You left it. You are using the other holes so that the new hole of the top layer is also the hole of the bottom layer. I mean that groove. I'm not telling groove. I'm not telling hole. The groove of the bottom layer is the same groove of the top layer, and the space within, in the middle, that is called the octahedral hole. And when we keep the third sphere, I mean the third layer sphere over this octahedral hole, then it will not correspond to the bottom layer. It will be creating a C layer, a different layer. But if you will be using the tetrahedral hole where the heads of the bottom layer will be visible, then you will be replicating the bottom layer. So that is A, B, A. I'll be giving you the entire, write-up later. The 3 close-packed spheres forming spheres of one layer over which 3 close-packed spheres are placed in opposite directions, so that the 2 equilateral triangles lie in opposite direction. Then the empty space within is called the octahedral OH, because octahedral can be shortly written as OH hole. So that ends our today's program, and we have understood how stacking will be done Still we have some, I want to show you, at least you see the stacking. I will show once again. I will never mind to show because many have gone. Now this is a crude way to show you a close packed stacking. Close packed. Whether it is hexagonal, my favorite or your favorite, doesn't matter. This is hexagonal because we are always using the groups, hexagonal, close packed. Always close packed is very stable. You cannot keep oranges or any other spherical things on a over the convex tips. They will fall down, but you can keep it in a stable form, right? Now see, just have a look. Now this is two-dimensional stacking, hexagonal stacking of spheres, not stacking, hexagonal building up a 2D layer. Now, this T stands for tetrahedral hole. Which you have to leave. Forcefully, you have to leave those alternate lines. So those become the octahedral hole for the third layer. So that is the common, I used to say, the hole where you can view the bottom, the ground, the earth, the common hole of two successive layers, that is called the octahedral hole. I mean, that hole is inside, but you are keeping another sphere over the octahedral hole, If you keep the third layer over this exclusive hole where you can view the, supposing the dark blue is the bottom layer and the paint blue is the top layer. So this is the tetrahedral hole. This hole is the exclusive hole of, I'm sorry, supposing this you are keeping here in the second layer. We have not yet developed the third layer. And if you want to develop the third layer, then if you are using this tetrahedral hole, the faint blue, the tetrahedral hole where you can view the intense blue, the dark blue, that is the tetrahedral hole that the three spheres over the groove you are placing the container to boil your rice. But you are using the common holes, the other possibility. You can't do simultaneously. If you continuously use all the octahedral holes, you are generating C. ABC, ABC, ABC. So then BC, the common hole of BC, that is the octahedral hole for the fourth layer. Then you are generating A. You will find you will be replicating A. Then again A and C. If you are using the common hole, you are replicating B. Then B and A, common hole, replicating C. So if you are using all the octahedral holes where you find the common hole of the two adjacent layers, then that will be giving ABC, ABC, ABC type of stacking. And if you are using the exclusive hole, that means the tetrahedral hole, not the common hole, where you can view the sphere of the layer just below the layer over which you are going to stack, that is the tetrahedral hole. Then you will be replicating. Every third layer will be a replica, will be a correspondence of the first layer. With this, I conclude this session, and these things will be drawing in our next class. Maybe tomorrow I will take a leave because you are not at all liking me, loving me these days. So I'll be taking leave, and about the examination, you just tell me what will be your reaction. Truly speaking, I'm not kidding. I'm not genuinely spirited to spend so much of time in creating the question in a year manner, in an online manner, and in turn get all kind of frustration in your results. So you tell me later. So I close the class and ending the meeting. Bye bye.